What's going on, guys? So sorry for the delay. I've made this video a few times about the Predator. I have had so many issues with trying to make these videos, not to mention it's just been raining with the hurricanes coming through and everything. So finally I'm able to get out here. I've got a new audio set up, so I'm hoping that this goes good. But anyway, to update everybody on the Predator, mine has been doing fine. I know I've talked to another guy who's got the 2-inch one. He kind of had an issue with his housing. It cracked. He ended up replacing it. So far, I haven't heard anything else, but I believe he's still doing good. A few people have asked me about a plumbing video. My trailer is a mess right now. Sorry, guys. So for the plumbing on mine, what I've got going on here is a 90-degree 1-inch elbow going into just a coupler with a PVC pipe that goes about 3/4 of the way down here. I don't have a filter or anything on there. I should really put one on. But that's going out from there into a 1-inch pipe, which goes to my proportioner here with 1-inch metering valves. My soap valve is going to be a 1/2 inch, which runs to my soap tank. And the bleach is going to be ran the exact same way as the water, and it goes down into the bleach tank. As for coming out of the proportioner, it's going to go from 1 inch all the way to the pump. And set up on the pump is just going to be a 1-inch threaded fitting into a 1-inch hose barb. Coming out of the pump, I'm actually using what came with the pump, which it's getting a little corroded. This kind of it's as corroded as inside of the pump looks. That's the most amount of corrosion I've got going. And I've put house mixes through here. I've put roof mixes. And so far, no issues or anything yet. I haven't had any issue. I will say I did have to actually take the carburetor off this 1-inch and drill out one of the fuel jets because it would not stay running right. But I don't think anybody else will have that issue or anything like that. But so far, no issues with this system at all. Coming out of my pump though, that's going into, that's 1 inch all the way down to it reduces here into my hose reel at 1/2 inch, but then we're going from this 1/2 inch back to a 5/8, which comes out on my gun here, which is just a 3/4 inch ball valve going into a 3/4 inch NPT, I guess these are cam lock fittings. I don't remember the name for those right now. And then, give me 1 second here. Let me actually grab the gun that I use. So that's the gun I use. And on this side, the gun here, this is going to be that 1/2 inch on the gun. And then this is the 3/4 inch cam lock fitting, which attaches back into there. And that's how that works. Which this can go to another hose that I have. Same exact setup going on that other hose. This end on one end, this end on this end. So I can connect 2 hoses to this if I need to for extra length. But not too difficult. A little difficult to do with one hand, I'll say that. Pop that up. Take this, stick it in. And she's set, good to go. It's got a little O-ring down in there, but I get about 9.5 gallons a minute coming out of this whole system. So definitely not 35 gallons. I know a few people have asked me how you don't get that with the restriction of the pipes and everything. It's only coming out to about 9.5 gallons a minute. So it's perfect for a little budget build. And I just want to stress that enough, guys. This is a budget Softwash build. It's not going to be what an AR-45 or a P-40 pump will do. So please keep that in mind. This is just for anybody who wants a little budget gas Softwash and wants to get out of that electrical. But from that standpoint, people have asked me a couple times priming. I have primed this pump once, and you can see if it'll focus. There we go. I've primed it once. It's still filled with water. You just crack this. I always crack it the first time before I start it, make sure it's still primed. Some water will come shooting out. It stays primed. I don't have an issue with this staying primed at all. I've had to prime it the first time before I started it, and that was it. Other than that, I went over the carburetor issue. That is about the only issue I've had. Now I will say sometimes when I turn my bleach valve, start pulling a mix, I don't know if I have an air leak or something, but sometimes I just don't really get the full flow of bleach, but it looks like it's actually backflowed, so yeah, I'm probably gonna have air in there, which I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not really that tech savvy on these, but that is the only other issue I have. Sometimes it just gets some air in the system, and I just kind of wait for it to go out. It backflows back into my tank, and then once it fills back up, it's good to go again. But that's about the only issues I've been having with this system so far. Other than that, it's done fantastic. I am more than happy with this, you know, for as much as it costs to get this set up and everything. Nice little budget build. I couldn't go wrong with it or anything like that. But I mean, I've been happy with it. It's great. It does perfect for what I've needed it to do. You can use it for, pre-treating, post-treating concrete. Use it for house washes if you want. You can definitely using it for roof washes. That is by far the best part for me. So that has been going great. I don't get to use it as much as I would like to have been using it just to make this review video for you guys. But so far, everything that I have used it for, it's held up fine for me. I know a couple of people have asked me about the 2-inch water pump. I don't really have any feedback for that one. I haven't used it. It could be better in terms of flow and distance, but I don't know. I haven't been able to use it. But enough of that. I know if you guys still want to see how it's flowing and everything, so let me get set up and I'll show you just how well it flows. Okay, I got it set up. I hope this camera angle looks okay, but just to show you guys that this thing's still working pretty good, I've got it running down there next to my trailer. Got the blue Softwash, or not Softwash, but the blue wash down gun going here. Same setup. So I got the camera angle zoomed out just a little bit, that way you can see it a little better. But that's a second story peak up on this garage here. And it does good. Like I said, it's not gonna be what you're gonna get from a AR-45 or the P40 system. There's just not that pressure behind this coming out. It's got flow, and it'll shoot up to a 2-story, no problem. Actually, I'm shooting over that peak right now. And there's some soap coming out now. So just to show you that was first water, and now here's soap coming out. So that's just going to show you that it will pull chemical and everything. But I mean, I'm about 15 feet away from the garage here. But it does good. Got a fan tip. It does good. I don't mind it. But it's been working good for me. Good flow and everything. And I'll walk up here and get you a little. Yeah, I mean, if you want to post-treat concrete or anything of the sort, there would be no problem getting on the ground. Again, this is just soap. I'm not pulling any bleach right now. But no problem. So far I've had no issues with it, and I'm not sure if you can see it really on the side of the roof here, but it gets all the way up there. Real good on this 2-story, and I'm 6 foot, so I mean, shooting over a good bit right now, but obviously you want to be a little careful with how much bleach if you do put any up there. Of course, it's just soap and water, so I'm not worried about it. But good fan pattern. Really good for doing some house washing. I've tried it a couple times now. Of course, I like to mainly just downstream, but just to test it out, give you some feedback. No issues. check that second story window. No issues. Again, I'm back 15 feet. I don't know if the camera angle really shows it or not. I can't see what all you really see either. So I'm hoping I'm doing good. I'm not a professional YouTuber, guys. I'm just out here doing this for you. But the flow's good. I mean, you can definitely see, or I mean, at least I can in person. I'm not sure how it looks on camera right now. Excuse me. There's not the pressure behind it that you'd get out of the AR-45 or the P40, but it definitely does what it needs to do for me. And I'm hoping that it definitely will help some other guys out if they're just looking for that budget Softwash build. But there you go, guys. Hopefully this update video does some good for you guys and answer the questions you've been looking for. If I've missed anything, just go ahead and ask me down in the comments any questions that you might still have. If you guys want me to make any more update videos. I'm planning on making some actual pressure washing content for everybody. So be looking for that stuff too. And I'll definitely be using this as much as I can for you, so you can see some real world action instead of just on my house. But yeah, guys, thanks for checking it out and leave me some feedback.